What do you think of the new setup? I like it. It's different. It's different than just plain Jane, boring backdrops. So I think we're going to roll for it. We're going to roll with it, at least for now. What is going on, everyone? My name is Sam, and welcome to another video. Today, I want to try something different. So far, my videos have just been exclusively knife reviews, and in this video, I do want to go over what my EDC is and my thought process behind it. Now, just to be clear, this is my personal opinion that derives from my needs. So if you're sitting there saying, well, I don't agree with any of that, then that's totally fine, because what I may or may not need on a daily basis may or may not be the same as you, and that's totally fine. Now, there are a few items in this list that I do think are universal, and that there are also levels of redundancy in this list, which can be both good or bad. But the ultimate goal I have with my EDC is to check the box of having the needed tools, while at the same time not bogging myself down with unnecessary weight and having giant bulging pockets, because I'm not a fan of that, and I don't wear cargo shorts. Now, the first item in my list is the pen. Now, the pen is easily one of the most used items that I carry day in and day out, but it also does amaze me how many people don't have pens on them, because I'll be in a situation where someone needs to borrow my pen because they do not have their own. Again, it's just kind of shocking, because you should have a pen on you. Now, what I carry is the Big Idea Design TI Pocket Pro pen, and what I love most about it is the size. At $75, it is a small and compact pen, which is big for me, and the great feature about it is that it actually adjusts to the size of the ink insert that you have for it. So right now, I have a really small insert in mine because it gives it a smaller form factor, but let's say I need to refill it, and all I have available is a large size, regular size, insert. It'll adjust to that. Now, on Big Idea Design's website, they do have a spreadsheet of what works, and it's like over 100, maybe 150. So if you're unsure, you can always check there if there's a particular style of ink insert that you like. Now, you might be asking yourself, why spend that much money on a pen? Well, you could always go the cheap Bic pen route, and if you lose it, it's not a big deal. And that's totally fair. It still gets the same job done of writing and getting ink down on paper. But what I've found is this is a little bit nicer. People are instantly intrigued by it. They're like, oh, that's a neat pen. That's cool. And the cost of it actually is a reason why I haven't lost it yet, because it is expensive and I don't want to replace it. I'm less likely to lose it, which is it's a really cool thing in itself. But it's a great gift to ask for or even give if that's the way you want to go with it as well. So item number one is a pen. I think that is actually one of the most important things you should carry every day. Item number two on our list is a good pry tool. So a good pry tool is something I think most EDC aficionados would all agree upon having in your carry. The one I carry every single day is the All Access Pass from Lynch Northwest. It has a really cool shape to it that I think just fits in the hand super well, and it has really great attention to detail in the design. It also functions as a bottle opener, and even has a cutout for leveraging nails. This one is stoned wash, and it comes in at $95. Casey over at Lynch has other cool variations of the All Access Pass that have anodizing and Cerakoting options. So different strokes for different folks. I primarily use this though for tightening down camera tripod plates and opening glass bottles occasionally. Item number three on the list is a small cutting tool. What I have is the Big Idea Design TPT slide, which comes in at $80. And like the pen and pry bar, it is also stoned wash. Now, I can hear some of you out there right now say, why not just carry a knife? Well, I do, and we will talk about that shortly, but I also like to carry this for a very specific combination with the pen and pry bar. A smaller cutting tool like this, though, is great for opening boxes, cutting zip ties or cordage. It also doubles as a flat head on the back of it, and it also can be used for tightening down camera plates like the All Access Pass. But this one is just a little bit narrower and can get into tighter spots. Now, what's also great about the TPT slide is that it has a retractable razor blade that is replaceable. So whenever I do some rough cutting with it, I can just swap out the blade for a fresh one and not have to worry about sharpening it. I really like this thing, and I use this often every day too. Now, as I mentioned a second ago, I like to carry all three of the aforementioned items in a very specific way, and that brings us to item number 4 on the list, and that is the Boulder wallet from ARC Company USA. I've had this wallet for almost 4 years now, and I have only recently started carrying something different. But that's only because it's the winter time. I like to carry leather items more in the winter, but the Boulder is still my daily driver pretty much throughout the year. It didn't say this anywhere on the website, but it is made of some type of ripstop nylon or Cordura. It has 2 snap pins that secure everything on the inside, and it can hold all my IDs and payment methods. But again, what I love most about it is how, as you can see, all 3 of the items, the pry bar, the pin, and the cutting tool, all fit very securely in the front, and it's all there. Now, why do I do that? Well, when I'm in the summer, I like to wear gym shorts pretty much anytime I can, and this is really perfect for just grabbing on the go when I'm wearing gym shorts and I don't want to carry a knife, a heavy knife or anything like that. Because again, going back to the beginning of the video, my goal is to not be bogged down by a lot of gear and have super bulging pockets, and this meets that goal. It is super compact. It has everything that I think I need, minus a flashlight, which actually is item number 5 on our list. In the summer, I don't tend to carry a flashlight with me too often. There's always one that lives in my backpack for work. But now that it is getting darker earlier, since we're hitting the fall and winter and summer is ending, I tend to start pocketing one a little bit more often. The light I like the most right now is the Reylight Pineapple Mini. And you guessed it, it's in stonewashed titanium. That wasn't really a thing I was going for, but here we are. I picked this one up for $50, and I have to say it's a no thrills light, but it gets the job done. And again, that's what I want out of it the most. It does look cool, and it has this cool, almost frag-like pattern and knurling. It has 2 modes. It has a low mode and it has a little bit of a higher mode. But again, like, it looks good. It feels good. It is clicky. So yeah, I like this light. It's a good light. Highly recommend it. But there's also a lot of great lights out there from Olight, Phoenix, places like that. So yeah, a good flashlight is something you should definitely consider having, especially when you get into the darker days of fall and winter. Now, item number 6 are watches, and what I've learned most about watches is that is a hole that is steep and slippery if you fall in. So I'm trying not to. I'm in no way a watch connoisseur or consumer, but I do have a few that I like to have options for when dressing up or down. For dressing up, I like to go with this SEIKO 5. It has a stainless steel bracelet, and it's great for dressing down as well. But if I'm wearing more athletic type clothing, like I am right now, gym shorts and some Birkenstocks, I do wear something potentially like this Casio. I've had this Casio for 8 years. I put a NATO strap on it one day, and it's nice. It's a good watch. They're both great watches. The SEIKO was given to me by my wife for our recent anniversary, and I love this watch. I love the face on it. It's just super clean, super simple. It is an automatic, so that's a good and a bad thing. Automatics will stop if you don't wear them after a certain amount of time, and you never have to change the battery if you wear them every day. So that's just a plus and minus to it. But yeah, I'm not wearing a watch when I'm around the house. There's clocks everywhere. I have a phone. But again, if I don't have my phone or if I'm working, I will wear a watch just so I don't have to pull out my phone and look. But yeah, watches. I'm not a big watch person, but maybe you are. Let me know what you have down below. And finally, that brings us to our last item, but certainly not the least, and that is a pocket knife. Now, to counter the question from earlier from the small cutting tool section, why carry a knife when you have a small cutting tool? Again, that is a very fair question, but I carry one because sometimes I will have to do extended cutting tasks, which would become uncomfortable quickly if I was only using the TPT slide. A less practical reason I carry one is because I like to take it out, and from time to time, I like to flick it open. It's very therapeutic, fidgety, and it's fun. Now, what I have on me right now is the Spyderco Sage 5 Lightweight, but some of my all-time favorite knives from my collection that I like to carry are the Tactile Knife Company Rockwall, the Spyderco Kapara, the Spyderco Spydiechef, the Paramilitary 2, the Benchmade Mini Griptilian, the Luft Concepts Avant, the Three Rivers Manufacturing Neutron 2, and my newly acquired Oz Machine Company Roosevelt. So that's it. Those are the items that I carry with me almost every single day that I really enjoy, that just do the job that they're meant to do. And that's the whole goal with EDC, is it not to carry the things that you use, that you're gonna need, that make your life a little bit easier. Now, again, what I carry is different from you, and that's awesome. That's great. I would actually really like to know what you carry down below. Some of you might have more watches and wallets than I do and rotate those out just like I do my knives. So let me know what those are. That might give me inspiration, just like hopefully this might have given you some inspiration. So until next time, links to everything mentioned in this video will be linked down below. But if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I hope y'all have a great day.